Okay, I got jump scared with this, and we're going to talk about it because I read a couple of the little details about this of the headlines today when I woke up. Larian is using generative AI, confirmed CEO, but Divinity won't contain anything AI generated. Employees are more or less okay with the way we're using it. Okay. Steed, hell yeah, dude. Appreciate you too, Chrissy boy. Yo, dab me the fuck up. Okay, sorry, let me lock in here. Larian is using generative AI as part of its game development process, but CEO Sven Vique has confirmed the studio's new Divinity game won't include anything AI generated. Vique discussed the topic of AI with Bloomberg following the announcement last week at the Game Awards of its new Divinity game. It's the studio's next project following the hugely successful Baldur's Gate 3, which was a particularly expansive game. As such, the studio is looking to AI with its follow-up, but Vique confirmed it hasn't massively improved efficiency. Larian uses AI tools to explore ideas, expand on internal presentations, develop concept art, and write placeholder text, Bloomberg reported. Now, here is my issue with this chat. Why are they not hiring an artist to do mock-up designs? Okay, I get it to a certain point. Like if you're, placeholder text or whatever, I personally wouldn't for my morals, but I understand that this company has to make money and they're trying to move along quicker. They're excited to work on this game. They do, from everything that I've heard, treat their employees right. But I think they should be paying somebody for like mock-up designs, in my opinion. And maybe they're only doing it like very, very rough early, and then they're like, okay, hey, can we get an artist to like make a rough draft of this, like a real rough draft? But I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel like it's so icky. I'm going to talk about a little bit here, and they might get into it. Like, there's actually good AI, like for, what's that called? Mocap. Like a AI that will, if you do a mocap action right, it will help sync the mocap. There's AI for that, which is incredible. I think that's what game studios should be using AI for, not doing literally anything creative. They should leave everything creative to actual creative people. At least that's my moral compass on it. Yo, Mish, thank you so much, homie. Mish, how did you like Expedition 33? I was lurking that stream. I was also lurking a little bit last night. I'll be trying to lurk any chance I get, homie. I love seeing you winning. Larry needs to get a PR department. Yeah, dude. More or less okay. Yeah, dude. Yeah, wow. That's instilling confidence in me. You know? What a way to write that up there. My brain glitched from that cancel be breaking down for me. I'm a little bit slow. Hey, Gamesy. Me too, it's one. It's okay. We use AI, but I promise you won't be able to notice. Yeah, that's low-key also what this is giving, bro. In Divinity, then, everything is human actors. We're writing everything ourselves, said Vic. I'm going to call him Vic, instead of me totally botching his name. And while the use of AI has led to some pushback internally, Vic believes at this point, everyone at the company is more or less okay with what we're using it, or with the way we're using it. Again, that does not really instill confidence in me, bro. This is like sad because I've like looked to Larian as such a bright star in the gaming industry right now, and this is kind of disappointing. I know that like Bethesda and a bunch of other teams have been like, yeah, we're using it a little bit, but we're not going to use it to like create stuff like Call of Duty or anything like that, or like overly use it like that. We're just using it to help us. But there's so many indie devs, ad hoc, Sandfall, that have taken pretty big, especially ad hoc, has taken big stances against any use of AI. So the fact that Larian's like, well, we're only using it like on the back end a little bit is still really disappointing to me. Even if they're going to expand on it, and they're just using it to like help like the creative process a little bit, it's still really disappointing. I think they just don't want to be fired. Yeah, that could be it too. The Duolingo employees who were upset at their use of AI and quit gave me hope. Yeah, that's fire, actually. I didn't know about that. Larian is aiming to cut down on development time for Divinity to complete production in less time than Baldur's Gate 3. AI is one pivot or potential tool, while another is developing Divinity's quests and storylines in parallel rather than linear. The studio is also growing in size. Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if this is because I heard that Tencent or allegedly owns like 30% of them, and Tencent's like hands off, like they let the studio do whatever they want, but they do want return from their money. So I don't know if this is one of the things where it's almost not like shareholders, right? Because it's not shareholders, but or wait, isn't that technically the definition of a shareholder? Sorry, a situation where like a shareholder type entity is causing these studios to have to grow faster and make games faster and grow a team to a point where it might not be as tight-knit and cohesive as, Sandfall, which I think was Bethesda's downfall. So, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I hope it doesn't, because I really do love Baldur's Gate 3, and I've heard incredible things about Divinity 2, so I hope it doesn't happen to Larian, but there is a chance that could absolutely happen to Larian at this point, where they end up getting too big and then start putting out, 7 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s, instead of, incredible groundbreaking shit like Baldur's Gate. I'm not saying that will definitely happen again, but it's just something that could happen here. I think a lot of founders have the same problem, said Vic. I have to be large, otherwise I can't make my video game. With growth suddenly comes a whole bunch of responsibilities that you didn't necessarily think you were ever gonna have, but you have them, and then you make the best of them. Size exposes you to new problems that you couldn't imagine existed. No, I agree 100%. And that's what I meant to say. Sorry, I cut myself off from talking about what a shareholder is, because I'm gonna have to look up the definition of shareholder. But I would rather a studio like, Sandfall take 3 or 4 years on making an absolutely incredible game, and Larian taking 3, 4, 5 years to make an incredible game, instead of rushing it and having to crunch and having to build a bigger team and all of that. It's just not worth it at the end of the day. Back at GDC last year, Vic discussed the topic of AI with Eurogamer. So we certainly don't see it as a replacement for developers, he said, but we do see it as something that allows us to do more stuff. He continued, I do see it as an additional tool that you can put on top of things that are in the game, and we're certainly doing experiments with that. But as I said, it's far from being usable in that sense. Oh, ew. Ew, that sounds icky. In the same Bloomberg interview, Vic declared Larian's forthcoming Divinity game as unleashed, confirming it will be a turn-based RPG. Earlier this week, a current-gen upgrade was released for Larian's previous game, Divinity Original Sin 2. Available now on Switch 2, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Oh, yeah, sorry, it's not Divinity 2. It's Divinity Original Sin 2. People were saying that in the comments. I thought that they were going to have his tweet. So the dude came out, after this happened, the dude came out and was like, hey, here it is. Holy fuck, guys. We're not pushing hard for or replacing concept artists with AI. We have a team of 72 artists, of which 23 are concept artists, and we are hiring more. The art they create is original, and I'm very proud of what they do. Okay, good. I'm glad that he clarified there. That's what I said. I was saying, hey, maybe they, just make a very, very, very rough, concept, and then they have a real concept artist do it. I was asked explicitly about concept art in our use of Gen AI. I answered that we use it to explore things. I didn't say we use it to develop concept art. The artists do that, and they are indeed world-class artists. We use AI tools to explore references, just like we use Google and art books. At the very early inundation stages, we use it as a rough outline for composition, which we replace with original concept art. There is no comparison. I talked about how we use ML here, if you would like to know more. We've hired creatives for their talent, not for their ability to do what a machine suggests, but they can experiment with these tools to make their lives easier. I mean, he is getting shit on for, something that probably other people in the studio are doing. I mean, he's probably still also just, he's okay with it. All right, what are the comments here saying? If you are using AI to generate ideas to explore, that is using AI in your game. This is duplicacious spin to say otherwise. The entire history of creative industry happened just fine without using AI. There is no need to shoot your game in the foot. What did Asmongold have to say here? Is he actually, am I about to agree with Asmongold twice in one day? AI informing development of games and media is the future. Yep. No, we are not gonna agree twice in one day. No amount of downvotes, likes, or social media posts is going to change that. The only reason AI is seen negatively online is that artists and media have manufactured false consensus that it's bad to protect their jobs. Obviously, dumbass. Obviously, it is bad. Why are we using AI? Again, there is incredible AI out there that is doing shit like the mocap. And there's also, I saw a thing, I don't know if it was also mocap. I was watching a video about it, but it basically like just helps you instead of like an artist having to go in and like trace things as they're creating something. The AI does that for you. That shit, not an artist, sorry, just like a person going in. It's not like an artistic thing. It's like basically mocap, but like just on the computer for creations. So like the artist would create it, right? And then the AI would basically mocap whatever they created, right? Those are incredible uses of AI. Why the fuck, I said this the other day, why the fuck do we have to keep fucking over real artists, real creatives, bro? The one thing that makes life so worth living, in my opinion, is incredible art. And we're trying to replace it with AI slop. Why? Why are we trying to make these fucking creative people that just want to exist and create art? Why are we making their lives hell with AI? Why do these insanely big fucking companies have to completely control the creative process for so many different industries, whether that be gaming, music, art? Why are we doing that specifically when there is so many better uses for AI, bro? There's so many better uses for AI. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's annoying. Yeah, I'm fuck Asmongold, bro. As usual. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit.